All right. Hey, guys. Welcome back. Trail Whispers Podcast, episode 4. Fourth episode.
Fourth episode. Dude,
Yeah.
can't believe we made it this far.
Quattro.
Quattro.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yep.
For our Spanish-speaking friends.
Yeah.
Acquaintances.
People are listening from all over the country, so.
Do you have a lot of Hispanic friends?
I think I have one.
Welcome on the trail here again. Trail Whispers, my friend. Welcome on the trail here again. Trail Whispers round the bend. Trail Whispers back again.
No. That was not planned. That's fun.
Planned.
No, I don't think I have any Spanish-speaking friends.
Is it a bias, or you just don't run into people like that? I would consider everybody at El Campesino as a friend of mine.
Really?
More like an acquaintance.
Okay, that's an
Acquaintance.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
an acquaintance. They're a server at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And they're only giving you food because
You're there.
paying them and you're there.
But friendly. They don't have to be friendly.
They're friendly, but they're not your friends. I think
true.
you got to come to the realization of that in your life.
They had some friends and they're not. Now maybe with my new look, I could get some of them as my friends.
As a redskin. That's a triggering word. The Redskins.
Dude, on a football note, you did see that the Redskins, was it a couple years ago, they lost their name?
Yeah, now they're just Washington something.
The Commanders. Dude, kind of like the Guardians.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Lando Lakes butter. They took away the Indian girl off the Land O'Lakes butter. And it's just the land. And I saw a funny joke, and it said, "Typical white Americans take away the Indians and keep the land."
100%.
But yeah,
no way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they put Aunt Jemima out of work too. Everything, man. Everything's a trigger.
If you want to watch a funny video, watch John Crist going through the grocery store. And he's getting triggered by everything. He's just walking around the grocery store getting triggered.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
I like his humor. I'll check that out. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's good to do.
John Crist, Trey Kennedy, Tim Hawkins, huge Tim Hawkins fan.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Great.
Dude, tell me about Florida. We didn't hit Florida last episode.
Yeah.
And that was a big part of what you did.
It definitely was. So, yeah, I went to Florida. So that was exciting.
You gotta tell the viewers why you went there. It wasn't a vacation.
Yeah. Before we go on, I just want to make sure I hit the record button. I'm kind of afraid that I didn't. Okay, we're recording. We're good. Sorry. I was just freaking out. I was like, oh no.
By the way, well, go ahead. But we did get some positive feedback we'll share later.
Okay.
So we've been taking the constructive criticism and
get a lot of that, huh?
Get a lot of that. Unnamed listeners. Her, she. I think pronoun is she, her.
Is that her?
I think so.
Her, she? Dude, they came out with those he, him bars and stuff, and I'm like, get out of town.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, Hershey did that.
No.
Yeah, they came out with like
he, him bars?
What they were doing something with like gender identity and candy bars, and I was just like, what is happening in this world? Not everything needs to be like a message, you know?
And do you want to bite into a dude candy bar or a chick candy bar? Or neither? I mean, what pronoun do you prefer to be?
I don't even want to, like, that's my thing is I'm like, dude, I don't want to politicize and, like, gender size candy.
No.
Like, let's just have a candy bar. And Hershey's chocolate bars aren't even that good.
No.
The Symphony bar, I can get down with the Symphony bar.
Is that your top Hershey bar?
If it's a Hershey bar, probably. I'm a Reese's fan, so they make that. The Reese's Fast Break is the GOAT of candy bars. For our elderly listeners, that stands for greatest of all time. So, in case you're wondering what that means, it's not a candy bar made from goats, although that would be interesting and possibly delicious.
Maybe we can get a sponsor that could offer our listeners goat soap as well as goat candy
Goat
bars.
candy. Yeah.
Goat candy out of goat's milk.
Hey, yeah, if you're out there in the goat industry and you're looking for someone to pump you
I don't
up,
know
we're
if
here
he's a
for you.
listener yet, but I've got a family member, Kentucky family member, that they are about to have some goat offspring. So maybe we'll spin that idea to him.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Florida. So yeah, I went to Florida for a week. So essentially, I work for an awesome company that we do a missions trip once a year. And so last year we went to New Mexico. Year before that we went to Kentucky, and this year we went to Florida, which was a nice change of pace. We went to a camp called Young Life is the name of the camp, but their whole mission is to share the gospel in schools and then get kids to go to camp. And
Nice.
yeah, so then they pump camp up and everything for these kids, but it's a high end camp. We didn't realize that when we were going there, but it was a very nice camp. Talking swimming pools with water slides, like the game room with like 2 pool tables and 3 ping pong tables and 2 air hockey tables. Like this was a nice place. Nice showers, amenities, the cooking. There's this guy named Terry. Shout out if you're listening, Terry. This guy named Terry he took care of us.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable cook. Everything is homemade. There's dessert with every meal. And there was always seconds. Excuse me.
Oh, there
Always
we
seconds.
go.
And so
He
he's
knew
like,
what was up.
"Come back if y'all want more. It'll be here." And so like,
Just a Southern boy,
yeah, he's older, probably 50,
just slinging food.
slinging food, and I'm convinced his wife probably is tipping 500. She's got to be. The way this guy cooks, because I gained weight and I was working out in the sun all week. It was 84. I come back 2 pounds plus, and I'm like, Terry,
how? You were probably looking to lose weight.
I was thinking to myself, like, all right, I'm gonna eat good this week. Like the food's probably not gonna be good anyways. I'll eat beef jerky and I'll lose weight. And
you gained weight.
Terry's making cinnamon rolls.
Oh,
they came out this one, like the dessert. They brought out like 5 or 6 plates. It was a giant chocolate chip cookie, homemade, hot out of the oven, and they put a brick of vanilla ice cream on top of it. And they just handed everybody a spoon, and they said, you're not allowed to dish it out on a plate. You have to eat it off the plate." So then everyone just gathered around this plate, just piling in homemade chocolate chip cookie, vanilla ice cream. Dude, it was
that's
insane.
one way to like pass it around.
Yeah. Then we broke down on the way back because we have a school bus. So we broke down in Tampa on the way back, and I run into this guy in this sporting goods store. And
wait, you broke down at a sporting goods store?
Yeah, like in the parking lot. Like we pulled over, needed
to
do something with brakes and stuff like that. So I'm in this sporting goods store, and this guy, he sees my shirt. It says Young Life, and he's like, "Oh, you with Young Life?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just there at the camp for a week." And he's like, "Oh, what were you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, we were volunteering there or whatever." And so he introduces himself, introduces his wife, and it's me and my friend um, Micah that I work with. And so we are talking to him, and then he's like, "Yeah, you want to trade contact info?" And I was like, "Sure," but like thinking to myself, "Why?" Like I met you randomly in a store. So then he messages me about, have I ever thought about getting passive income? And I'm like, oh no.
Yes.
So I just didn't inquire anymore.
Which one was it?
He didn't say. He just said,
dude,
"No, if you thought about building wealth through passive income."
Dude, you need him back up again.
So
we need to, yeah.
We
could stretch this out on the podcast.
Yeah. I have a friend who got roped into a scheme like that and ended up, it's an eyeglasses scheme. So he opened up his own eyeglasses shop, and he said, rah, rah, rah. So,
Jay Rich, you want some passive income? Let me tell you what you do. You don't work, and you just make money.
Yeah. So overall, awesome trip. Had a lot of fun. It was nice getting in the weather. The guys are crazy because they're young guys, and so it just, sometimes I lose my patience, and then sometimes I laugh, but like every time I fall asleep, they're like taking pictures of me and like captioning it and putting it like I fell asleep like this on the bus with my headphones on, and they like captioned it like getting ready for the heavyweight title fight or something like that. Because I had like my hood up and I'm like
You look
this.
like a white version of George Foreman.
Yeah, something.
The heavyweight.
So it was a good trip, a lot of fun, but I'm glad to be back.
Dude, that's
yeah.
crazy with the pictures. You remember your grandpa?
Pictures? What pictures?
Your grandpa, Big Thirsty.
John Thurman, may he rest in peace.
John
He's not
Thurman.
my grandpa, but I respect him.
He had a little bit of a grandpa.
He could be anyone.
Figure.
He could be everybody's grandpa. Yeah.
But that one eye was always a little bit off. Not sure what was
where he was looking.
And
on your toes.
But yeah, I can remember. I think he had a lot of pictures taken of him. So a lot of similarities are between you and him.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just something about us, I guess. There's something about certain people where like you want to like pick at them or something.
Yeah, take pictures.
And like my dad like turned off the hot water when he was in the shower. This guy's like in his 70s at that time. And I'm just like, oh my
Dude, that's
goodness.
why your dad was awesome, because he was helping us. I was on that mission trip with your dad, and I will never forget your dad doing stuff like this. I'm like, dude, this guy Gene he's next level. He's the real deal.
He's a prankster.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that was fun.
Some of it, sometimes it went too far, but that's probably where I get it, because sometimes I'll go too far. But I guess it's in the blood, baby.
Dude, you mentioned Young Life. Surely you've heard of this rapper before. This is exactly what I thought of.
Young Gravy?
Have you heard of Young Gravy?
I've heard of him. I don't know anything about him or rap in general.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe pull up some of his beats later this week.
Why Gravy?
I don't know. I don't know behind the story behind the name.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
This is a nice phone. I like the weight of it. I need a new phone.
Got a good weight.
Yeah. Yeah, viewers, this phone, if you're not happy with the video quality, it's because I accidentally got spray foam insulation all over the camera lens because I forgot to insulate my bathroom wall. That's the kind of stuff I do.
And so you had your phone out, flashlight on, I'm assuming.
No, so I bought...
Where was your phone at when you were spray foaming?
So I did what anyone would do if you forget to insulate your bathroom wall. Knock out some of the tiles and buy 30 cans of spray foam insulation and spray it in the walls to insulate the wall.
No.
Yeah, that's what I did. No. Forgot to do the wall. It was an emotional time of my life. I was in a...
bad spot.
Yeah.
30 cans.
30 cans.
Dude, what did that run? Aren't those like $6 a can? 5 or 6? Probably.
They were $4 a can.
120,
120 bones to fix my mistake. And it would have been so much cheaper to do it right the first time, and better as well.
And your camera quality would be up to par.
But basically, like, I sprayed so much foam because this stuff expands, and like I don't know how much to spray in the wall, so I spray a can, and I'm like, hey, looks fine.
Tiles are popping out.
I'm spraying again, and I left the tiles out at the top because I was like, if anything overflows, it'll expand and come out the top.
Oh,
it expanded, came out the top. Bathtub. It got down in the drain pipe.
No.
Yeah, so I had to snake out foam insulation on my drain pipe. I don't know if it's all even out of there, but I can't see or tell. So it's like, here we are. And
dude, how does this stuff happen?
And then I dropped my phone in the spray foam insulation pile. And I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll just take off the case, whatever. But it left like this weird greasy film on the lens of the camera. I've tried everything to get it off. Acetone. I didn't try Goo Gone. I've been meaning to try Goo Gone.
Oh, you should have told me. I got a couple containers.
I got a container in the sink. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll give that a whirl. That should probably take it off.
I think so.
Anything will.
I think so.
Wow, that's a crazy story. See, stuff like that only happens to certain individuals.
But what did you say about me? It's like cursed genetics or something, or?
Yeah, we call it like a genetic defect.
But like,
and we mean that in the nicest way possible.
Of like, but something's just off with me?
You cannot avoid it. So one of my daughters has my wife's genetics, and she can't help but drop stuff, walk over stuff. It's just, she like can't help it. For instance, she was getting ready to reach up on the counter to grab a towel, in the towel. We had collected our eggs, and you can look and see, and she's tall enough to see it. Well, she just pulls the towel straight out, and eggs just dropping down and blowing up. And I'm like, can't help it.
Yeah.
You can't help it. There's nothing I can do to help.
There's so many times where I do something, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I just say that out loud to myself, like, you're an idiot. You know, I know you're not supposed to talk down to yourself or get discouraged or whatever, but there comes a time where you're just like, we gotta face the facts.
Face the facts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you're an idiot and you do something stupid and it's like, dummy.
Yeah.
I'll call myself a dummy.
Yeah. But mine's all the time. Speaking of chickens, my chickens...
Are they alive?
They're alive and they're well. They're laying eggs. I got like...
Thriving.
I pulled like 15, 20 eggs out of the coop the other day from these 3 chickens.
You're not going out there often, are you?
No, I'm not. I didn't go out there since before Florida, so it's been 2 weeks.
No.
But even still, to lay 20 eggs in 2 weeks for 3 chickens in January, that's pretty good.
Dude, they're just producing for you. You better treat them well.
I'm finally feeding them. Because before...
Were they just going out
they
there?
were free-ranging.
Okay.
But then it's wintertime. And so I just didn't have the food. And I was like, I need to go to Rural King and get food. I know I do. But I just didn't. So I would feed them like potato chips and, you know, animal crackers. I just...
You checked your chickens for diabetes?
Yeah, but now
insulin shot.
I'm feeding them sunflower seeds. I'm feeding them the chicken food, the egg laying food. Their flock, or not flock, what do they call it? Feathers. All their feathers are just, they're looking oily and like sheen on them. I'm like, that's awesome. And then one of them, though, did lose part of its toenail. It lost its claw. And so Ella's like, where's it at? Is it in there? And I was like, we're not going to find it, Ella. So.
Did she find it?
No.
No.
But, well, it's like.
They probably ate it.
Something. Well, one of them I found out there the one day with no feet. I told you that story, didn't I? Oh my goodness. So I had one chicken that like got beat up by the other chickens. And so I put it outside the coop so it could recover because they almost killed it. Like I looked in there and there's like 6 chickens ganging up on this one chicken. And I was like, what the heck? So I pulled this chicken out of the coop. I set it in this leaf pile next to the coop. And then I'm like, I need to feed this chicken. So I like brought a piece of bread out and gave it the piece of bread. And I saw it like start running towards me. It didn't have any feet. It just had these nubs. And so it's like, running to be gone. And I was just like, oh my goodness, what happened to its feet? Like,
you think it has what you have?
What?
Ape claw? Yes, ape claw?
Yeah. I don't know. But I was just like, oh my goodness, what happened to this thing's feet? But it wasn't like something gnawed them off. It was like clean. Like it's like they'd never been there. And so I was like, dude. So I had to put it down. But
did you eat it?
No.
No.
We didn't have feet. What was this? What was wrong with this thing?
Yeah.
Could have some kind of leprosy or something. So I just had, I don't know. It was sad. I was like, all right, kids, let's go inside.
The bird flu.
Yeah, it was sad. But
wow, anyways, that's a crazy alive. Story. Wow, I can't believe they're alive.
Yeah.
Man, we are the opposite with our chickens. Dude, I love these things.
I love them
they're
too,
the
but
best pets in the world. They go to bed at night on their own. You do nothing for them. They go right to their coop. They come out in the morning. We come out, we've got this orange or this green and white compost bowl. We'll put all of our scraps in there. We come running out. You are their best friend. And then they want us to hold them. They'll literally walk around with us and they want us to hold them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's not that I'm against chickens. It's just that I didn't want the chickens and now I have these chickens and I don't know. It's just like I don't have time to take care of chickens because I leave for work at 7 in the morning and I get home at 5, 6 at night. This time it's dark. And so I never see the chickens. And so I see them on Saturdays when the kids and I are playing in the yard as long as it's warm enough to be outside. So it's like, yeah. If I was in a different situation, chickens are great. But I did enjoy the chickens. I mean, I built them that coop. It's a nice coop, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Sorry for any of the listeners out there that are moms and work a full-time job when Justin said that he doesn't have time. Yeah. I don't want to offend them. We have a whole lot of listeners out there in that situation.
Maybe single moms.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about your face for a second. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see Jeremy's face is red.
Yep. Yep. Had a lady ask me today if it was if I fell asleep in the tanning bed, or if it was like a chemical, um, like
accident,
like an accident, something like that.
Yeah.
It was chemical, not an accident.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Chemically, you purposefully applied chemicals to the skin of your face.
Yes. Yes. So obviously I'm bald, and I was getting a chemical peel on the top of the head.
What's the point of a chemical peel? Can you
So it'll balance out it'll essentially take any like skin tone that's unbalanced and balance it out.
Were you like,
so it'll take
did you
that
have an
top
unbalanced
layer.
tone?
It was an unbalanced tone. I didn't like it. So, and with a bald head, you've got great balanced skin.
I mean, I've been this
lean
way
down
since
a
I
little
was
bit.
12.
Yeah, that's just like a baby's bottom. Very well balanced. Gerber baby. So anyway, so she said, I can't do just the top because otherwise you'll see like this. I'll create a hairline per se. So she says, I got to come all the way down for the face. So dude, they put this application on, and it's like a cool burning sensation. Okay. And it doesn't take but maybe like 25, 30 minutes. And what it does is it actually is a chemical burn on the top layer of your skin. Which she said the good thing about this is it helps to like regenerate new skin and all this stuff like that. Well, your skin the next day isn't too bad. Day 2 post peel or chemical application is crusty. You look like the desert. Have you ever seen that like old person that doesn't ever drink water and smokes?
Okay, yeah.
You've seen that?
Yeah.
They look, you're just like, this is unbelievable. That's how your skin looks. And then what you're supposed to do, and what's bad is, so today was the peel day. This morning I woke up, I couldn't even do a cup of coffee because all around your mouth is so tight. You can't even open up your mouth without your face just feeling like it's going to just rip into a whole bunch of pieces. So got in the shower, did the whole thing, peeled off. So I'll have this sunburn look for a few days.
That's rough, man.
Okay.
But how often are you going to have to do this? Is this like going to be a normal thing?
You can just do it whenever you want. She said she has some people who like to do stuff once a year. She says some people do it every couple years. She said it just depends. So, I mean, I've had the bald head for quite a while now. Yeah. So I'm not as long as you. So it could just be, my head getting used to the sun.
Yeah. So you had to face the facts of your hair loss.
Face the facts, baby. I did it ahead of time.
You had really blonde hair.
Really blonde hair.
And you'd always spike it.
Spike it, baby.
The front spike like an ocean wave.
Just the ocean wave.
So what happened? When did you, was it receding back? Did it start in the back?
I don't think it started in the back. And I think it was just, I knew the writing on the wall. You just kind of like see it and you're like, this isn't going to look good. So it came off.
Yeah.
Instantly. Didn't want to have where I was trying to I've seen these people, they try to get some body to this hair, and they get the hot pick, and they get it tease it out, stretch it, float it. But the problem is water comes through that or air, and you're busted.
It's like the Trump.
It looks like the Trump.
Yeah.
So
I said to myself, wow, what an amazing head of hair.
Yeah. So just face the facts. If you're out there and you're a listener and you see it going, just take it off.
Yeah.
At least go down to the buzz. Like the real low buzz. No attachment.
I respect the real low buzz.
And you can do that and pull it off and look good.
Yeah. And it's like,
but every other bald guy will look at you and be like, I respect him.
Yeah.
The guy's hanging on. You're just like, come on, buddy. It's gonna be eventual.
World War II foxhole buddies. It's kind of similar to that.
Foxhole buddies.
It's like, I've been through what you've been through.
Yes. And then you sit in a different seat when you're bald because you're sitting there and you see all these people who are trying to cover it up. And you're like, dude.
Trying to be someone who they're not.
You don't have good hair. You either have good hair or you don't.
Yeah, got to face the facts.
Yeah.
I respect wigs for women. I know I've said that before, but yeah. I think that's part of self-care,
Self-care.
You got that self-love.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, so you got to take care of yourself.
Maybe just manifest that. Are you into manifesting?
No.
Just speak it into existence?
Yeah. It's a cult. No, but you got to take care of yourself. So it's important.
Kind of like going to Florida, gaining a couple pounds. That's kind of taking care of
Terry
yourself.
takes care of me. That's not me taking care of you. That's Terry taking care of me with cookies and
At least you can see why his wife was pushing 5.
I don't know if she was. I just made up his wife in my
okay.
mind. I just pictured her sitting on the couch and like Terry comes home. I'm cooking something, Bertha. Hang on, I got you, girl. There's always seconds available. But
dude, what was his best meal?
Oh, dude, so they made different times. Yeah, different times they made. So they had a couple of nights where he did like Terry's Chick-fil-A, and he made his own Chick-fil-A sauce, and he made homemade buns. We're in the South here, so homemade buns, and then fried up chicken. It was just really good. Like everything was homemade. Nothing was like store-bought. You weren't eating hot dogs. You weren't eating mac and cheese. Everything was homemade. Like they made Chinese one night. He's making tacos, and like there's tortillas, and you're loading them up, and like there's everything you could ever want. So it's pretty amazing.
Dude, on that subject, we need to talk about the days way back in the day when we used to do camp together, and we'd always help serve in the lunch lines. Mm-hmm. I feel like you brought life to that lunch line. I think we had a couple songs going on.
Yeah, that's kind of how I roll.
That's how you roll.
I don't mean to,
but we were feeding 300-400 people. I feel like we signed up for about every breakfast.
Yeah, that was
that was our spot.
Dude, I forgot about that. That was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was a great time.
I just remember the grogginess in people's face, and we'd just been up, an hour before them, and we're jazzed up on coffee, and people don't know how to take us when we're serving up pancakes.
Was Josh helping with that too?
Is that before the passive income?
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I think our friend Josh was helping too.
I think so.
But see, you guys kind of got me in this mood because I was just a kid. I was like 18.
Yep.
And started hanging out with you guys, and I think you were.
Yeah, we were
You're like 7 years older than me, I think.
Yep.
I think you are. So you're probably 25. But you guys kind of got me in this mood or this rhythm of life where it's like, let's wake up early and serve breakfast, and let's go to Panera Sunday morning before church, wake up early, go do Bible study or whatever. And like before, I'm just an 18-year-old, so it's like, let's sleep, like work late at McDonald's and then sleep. But instead it was like, let's work late at McDonald's, get off work, go buy a bunch of Nintendo Wiis for our passive income friend.
Dude, that's a story we need to tell.
Yeah.
That is a story that
the listeners need to hear. My engagement ring, not my engagement ring, her engagement ring, was with Wii money. So.
Not weed.
Wii.
It's 2024 in Ohio, just got approved, but
that's true. Yep, that's true. So basically, viewers, listeners.
Yeah, let's relate to all of the listeners because we have some Gen Zers and we probably have some. What do you think our oldest listeners are?
Upper 70s.
Okay, so they're gonna fall into the baby boomers.
I guess
the boomers. So the boomers and the Gen Zers. We have to explain this because we're at my grandparents' house the other day, and my daughter was like, I said, "Hey, don't watch out. Those are Grandpa's DVDs." And she's like, "What are DVDs?" And I'm like, "You wouldn't know."
Yeah.
No idea. A Wii for the boomers and the Gen Z.
Yeah. So Nintendo had. So we go through the history of Nintendo here. They had the NES system, and then they had the Super Nintendo, and they had the N64, and then they came out with the GameCube. After the GameCube, they came out with the Wii. Wii was popular for Wii Sports.
Oh, yeah.
And all the games on there.
Yep.
Wii Fit. So it's interactive. So you're doing stuff with it, right? And then, then they came out with the Wii U. Now they've got the Nintendo Switch. But anyways, this was the Wii at that time. So this would have been 2009-ish, 2010.
Yeah.
When the Wii really got popular. It was right before Christmas. And so we had this friend, Josh, Jeremy's brother-in-law.
Yep.
And he had a friend named Charlie. And
we never met Charlie.
No, Charlie was...
I have a friend, Charlie. We don't know who this guy was.
Yeah, and so Charlie was paying Josh to buy Nintendo Wiis. And so Josh was like, hey, Charlie...
But Charlie lived out west.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. I can't
And
remember if it was like Oklahoma or if it was in California.
I feel like it was further west.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think he couldn't get his hands on stuff like we could here. Like we take for granted we got how many Walmarts within 25 miles.
Yeah, West Coast.
Yeah.
It's not as easy.
Yeah.
And so Josh was getting money from Charlie for each Wii. So like Josh would get $30 a Wii from Charlie, and he would give us $20 a Wii. And so basically what we did, viewers, is what happened was Charlie would pay Josh $30 more than a Wii cost. So if a Wii cost $200, Charlie would pay Josh $230 for a Wii and cover the shipping to get it from Ohio to California or wherever this person lived. And so, air quotes. But so Josh would give us $20 profit. So if the Wii cost $200, he'd give us $220 for the Wii. And we just turned in the receipts. We turned in the Wiis. And so we'd load up in my Ford Taurus, me and Jeremy, and we had a list at the time because phones are not what they are today. So we had flip phones, the Motorola Razr. Was your phone of choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I had one of those ones where you slide it up and there's a keyboard. But so we would get in the car and we had a laminated sheet of paper with all of the Walmarts, and they either got shipments on Tuesdays or Thursdays.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And so we just start call these Walmarts. Just call and see if you guys have it. Can we talk to electronics? Call and see if you have any Nintendo Wiis in stock. And then we'd go based on where they were at. But I don't know if you remember that one night. We stayed out so late. I feel like we got to almost West Virginia, maybe into West Virginia. Yep. It's where we met that Walmart worker, Chris. You remember that guy? He had this super high-pitched voice. Hi, this is Chris.
Yeah, but dude, I felt so bad for him. Yeah, in electronics.
Yeah. And then we got that one guy with the Ray Comfort gospel tracks. Remember that? That was cool.
Remember that.
Met a lot of interesting people, got a lot of Wiis. We load down my Ford Taurus with Nintendo Wiis.
Yep. Filled it
up. We almost got jumped at that Walmart on 62 in Canton.
Yep.
Yeah, almost got robbed by those two dudes. 3 guys, maybe.
What were we thinking?
We just had a cart of Nintendos going out to the car.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is wild. Why are we doing this?
And neither of us packing heat.
No. We had no protection.
No.
Other than the silverback with the ape claw. Refer to episode 3. Yeah, and so we almost got jumped out there. That was wild. But dude, so we would clear, we'd get, I don't know how many Wiis, 20, 30 Wiis, whatever. Yeah. Like, we'd be like, dude, we're sitting on $600 tonight or whatever. Yeah. And it was just like, all right, we're going to work in the morning, whatever, whatever. I think I was going to Kent State at the time. You were working at FedEx, and I was working at McDonald's at night. Get off McDonald's, hit the Wii trail.
Dude, sometimes I feel like we had to give a story to these people. Do you remember that? Because sometimes they would limit the amount that they would sell.
Yes.
So we'd always have to come up with a story.
Or they'd see us again next week.
Yeah.
To get more Wiis. And it's like, hang on, what's going on here with these guys?
Yeah. Nothing illegal that we're aware of. I mean,
who knows what Charlie was doing with these things? We have no
knows?
idea. But he was making some crazy margin on those. Like,
he had to be if he was.
He was making 100 plus on each one. Yeah.
Dude, we should have negotiated that for the volume we were pushing out to him.
Our handler should have negotiated it.
Our handler should have. You think it was maybe because he had too much already passive income coming in?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
and that would explain why his thermostat was at 50.
Yeah, this dude.
In the wintertime.
Kept his house like a
passive income. Didn't want to spend it on.
Yeah, he's working like 10 hours a week. He's pulling up spreadsheets of Nintendo Wiis and showing us to him in his living room. I'm like, what is going on?
As we've got a winter cap on and a jacket. We're just
all right, boys. We need more quota this week. You guys go get it for us.
And I can remember too, because don't do this either. This is not wise, but it's funny for the story of maxing out our credit cards.
Oh yeah.
And like seeing if we could get greater limits, we could buy more because we were limited based off of our credit.
Yeah.
Because I was not spending cold cash on this.
Yeah.
No way.
Sometimes he would give us cash. And this is what happened. I went into GameStop on Black Friday to buy Nintendo Wiis, and I had maxed out my cards. And Josh was like, I'll give you cash. Go get me some Wiis. And I took the cash, and I'm walking through the mall to go to GameStop, and I stopped there at the jewelry store, and they had the engagement ring that Stephanie wanted. And they had it on sale for Black Friday, and I took Josh's money out of my pocket. I don't know if Josh even knows this. And I bought the ring with Josh's money, and then I paid him back once my credit cards cleared off and everything else.
So you didn't go buy more Wii's with that money?
No. No. They didn't have any anyways. I think I was on the way out, but I just had like thousands of dollars, Josh's money, burning a hole in my pocket.
Bought a ring.
Yeah.
So he was engaged to your wife.
In a way. So, So then I went in the bathroom, and I just started getting sick everywhere because I'm like, I just spent whatever it was, $2,500 that doesn't even belong to me. And so I just started throwing up everywhere. I got sick. So that was crazy. That was a wild time. I've never
heard that story.
Yeah. You never heard that one?
No, I didn't hear that. I remember, though, you showed me the engagement ring, and I think, did you have it in the trunk? I think you hid it in the trunk.
Yeah.
Because your trunk had a lot of junk in it.
Junk in the trunk.
Yeah. And it was a good hiding spot.
Yeah.
Your brother wouldn't have got his hands on it in the house.
No. I don't know, my dad put it in his safe for me, but those were good times.
Dude, that's crazy. I wish I could remember how much money we made, but I do remember making some good money.
We made some money.
Yeah.
Good money.
But there's a few sketchy times where...
But yeah, so at the time, I was making $8 an hour at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so I'd work an 8-hour shift and make $64 pre-tax. And then I'd go out after work, cruise to West Virginia, eating beef jerky, drinking Snapple with my buddy, and I'd make $300-400 in a night.
Yeah.
And so it's like, this is crazy.
Dude, we were hustling.
Yeah.
We should have gone across state lines for that stuff.
Yeah.
We could have raised our fees, and we could have gone across state lines. We could have really rolled in some money.
Yeah. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah. Hey, it makes good stories, though.
Yeah. Dude, that was a fun
time. Can literally go back in my mind out of all the things. I can remember Chris for sure. I remember the Ray Comfort guy. And I'll never forget the Walmart on 62, because we were walking out with the Walmart guy. He had one of those tall cage racks, and that had all the Wii's in it.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, it's 3 a.m.
We're going to get loaded down. And we'd drive it to your house. I remember a couple of times I drove it to your house, and I like slept on your couch or something. And this Ford Taurus is just parked outside. Trunks full of Wii's. You can see Wii's in the back windows. Like the back seat's totally full. We'd probably have 30 Wii's in the back of this car.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Dude, the craziest, go back in your mind. Remember Josh's basement?
Oh my goodness. There's like a Best Buy in there.
Bigger than a Best Buy. He could have been supplying Best Buy.
It was crazy. And he's packing these boxes up and like taping stuff, taking stuff to UPS in Richfield. Yeah. Richfield.
Hustling.
Yeah. Dude.
Hustling.
Yeah. Now he's passive.
Passive income.
Passive income. Just frame a little couple lenses here, so you have a pair of frames there. So,
dude, how did we get on that trail of the Walmart or the Wii's?
I don't remember.
I got a fun thing to think of. Okay, so earlier tonight, ran into something bizarre. I want you to take a wild guess. What my wife could have in our pantry. Not our pantry where like food would be at. I guess one of our cupboards is the better way of putting it. So, and I'm going to even do this. I don't remember how much money we had out there on the Wii's. We had a lot of money on the Wii's. Just so you know I'm true, I'll give you $100 if you guess what it is. There's not a chance.
Do I get it?
There's not a chance. I would feel comfortable giving you my firstborn. I wouldn't do that.
Do I get any hints?
No hints. If you could just guess. Think of yourself, because you guys have a lot of similarities where you'll have, the way you think. So think of the gifting and the curse of how you think. What could you possibly have in the pantry? Or what could my wife possibly have?
It's probably something she doesn't need. Something she's holding on to. Yeah, that's me. Pack rat. Dude, I don't know.
What was your dad so good at too? That's kind of a light clue I'll give you.
He was good at a lot of things. Messing with people, fixing things.
Think of in the wild.
Hunting.
survival specifically. Don't need. It's junk. Survival.
Does she have an MRE in there?
I wish.
Oh.
Dude, an MRE would have been, yeah.
Meal ready to eat, viewers, so it's military food. What does she have in there?
Take a guess. I mean, just keep guessing. Just keep guessing.
A Bowie knife.
No, that would have been okay. Think of yourself. Survival. Junk.
Like a big spool of paracord.
No, that would make sense.
A fire starter stick?
Nope.
A compass?
I don't know. Compass?
Dude, I don't know.
Okay, you're close. Now,
did you bring it with you?
Oh, I brought it with me. Just for the viewers. Take a look at that.
Dryer lint. To start a fire.
Yes.
Because you're not going to be able to start a fire with anything else. Dude, there is a ton of hair in here.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen this?
Oh, I've seen it. I'll see it on this thing sometimes. I'll put it on and I'll go through it.
Burning a ball of human hair. That's going to stink. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Here. So she saves dryer lint to start a fire.
Yes.
In case of an emergency.
Yes.
Why not just use some paper or...
We have a library of books.
This is next level.
100%.
This is
100%. So
that's crazy.
I don't know if that'll be a maybe like a standard on our podcast every week. I'll give you something new you can think of.
You got a little dead bug in here.
Yeah, who knows what it is?
It's a bed bug.
I like that you're digging through, combing through it.
Let's see what we got here.
You want to keep it? It's a gift?
Some DNA. I could clone her.
I
do appreciate the Aldi.
You like that? The Boulder storage?
Yeah.
So that's what was up in our up above.
You know what's crazy too is like your wife is from a wealthy area, Jackson Township. For our listeners.
Jackson Township. Doesn't refer to herself as living in Massillon.
Yeah.
We live near Tuslaw in North Lawrence.
Yeah.
And those are true. Those are true statements.
I understand being ashamed of Massillon. I get it. But like this is not Jackson Township. You're putting dryer lint in a bag.
In Aldi's bag.
In case of an emergency. What emergency is ever going to happen where you're just freaking out and you're just like, oh no, Mariah, the world's ending. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. And she's like, hang on a second, babe. And opens up the cupboard and pulls out a Ziploc bag of dryer lint. And she's like, use this to start a fire. And you're going to be like, oh my goodness, thank you. You've been saving this? Oh, thank you so much. It's
100%.
Like, what
maybe
situation?
I don't know. Can you double down and eat it if you needed to?
I mean, you can eat anything, right? But like, I was almost going to offer, I'll eat a ball of this for $100, but I'm not going to do that. That's gross. So
no, too many unknowns in that.
Listen,
too many unknowns.
We'd like to encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. So if you're on Spotify, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're our 10th YouTube subscriber, we will send you this bag of dryer lint. So if you're our lucky 10th, like and subscribe and leave a comment, and you could win this bag of dryer lint. So,
and I would be happy to give of our resources to our 10th subscriber. Happy.
What's that?
I'll donate this.
The dryer lint?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
This is valuable. This is probably like a day's worth of laundry with the amount of laundry we do.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
It's ready to go.
Yeah.
I could probably produce one of these once a week.
No.
Easily.
That's more than a week's worth.
Oh no, Jared. You haven't seen we do laundry continually.
Yeah. A load a day.
Little kids. That's several loads.
It's smart to do at least a load a day. Let it pile up.
Yeah, it's going about 3 to 4 a day is what we're doing. So this is about a day's worth. So
that's crazy.
Dude, I like that. That's a nice, generous offer.
Yeah, we'll send it to you. So you...
It's not like a plush blanket.
I mean, it could be. You could make it into a plush blanket.
Could be.
But yeah, you like and subscribe, leave us a comment, and then we will we'll get you some dryer lint. Okay, we'll do that for you.
Okay, so you gotta reach out, or you reached out to me and said, hey, I wanted to share some comments.
Yeah, I just told you we had some comments. So I'm doing all the technical stuff right now.
I did get a positive feedback. I don't know if we should. Do we want to name this viewer? Subscriber? I think he's a subscriber.
Yeah, who you got?
Well, he's kind of one of our sponsors, so I want to.
Dr. Brian?
Dr. Brian.
Wow.
So I was listening to the start of your podcast as I pulled into church, and I'm dying.
Nice.
It was so cool. I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. B. Share it with the
office.
Thanks
for supporting our show, too.
Yeah, and as always, Adjust Chiropractics is a sponsor. We were talking earlier about self-care.
Yeah,
and
which
the
is
importance
important.
of that. It really is important. I'm actually a fan of that. But so get to the chiropractor and Adjust Chiropractic there in Canton. Use the
North
code
Canton.
North Canton. Sorry. Use the code Witchcraft and you will get $10 off your first visit. So,
dude, if I was a listener and I'd never been there, I would literally go in there and as I'm paying, be like, where do I apply the discount code?
I have a discount code, and they'd be like, "What? It's Witchcraft." Someone, please
do that.
Please
do it. Dude,
I know my sister's looking for a chiropractor, so we'll see.
I'm telling you, I send everybody there. I was just telling somebody again recently. I'm like, okay, they're telling me they're having this issue, and they're like, yeah, my chiropractor just seems like he's not doing what he should be doing. And I'm like, you're going the wrong one.
Yep.
You're going the wrong one.
Yep. So, get to Dr. Brian.
My kids are even getting, Sophia, she's 6, and she's talking about her ankle was hurting her. And I said, well, we're going there tomorrow. Tell Dr. B.
Yeah.
I'll get you fixed up.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. So
so we got some comments. So we will start with some YouTube comments. So we're on YouTube and Spotify. We might get on some other platforms. I just don't know how to do it, guys. So my friend Chris tomorrow is going to help me edit. So tomorrow night I'm going over to Chris's house.
Nice.
And he's going to edit for me.
Teach you the ways of editing.
He's good with technology.
Nice.
He's Asian. So. I know you were thinking it. Go on. But anyways, he's going to help. And he has a YouTube channel of his own. And he actually left us a comment. He said, enjoying the pod from Canton, Ohio. So Mobile Trades is his YouTube channel. So Mobile Trades. If you're into cryptocurrency, check him out.
What do you think of that, by the way?
I think it's a scam.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. Like with Chris, like I'm sitting in choir with him on Sunday nights, and he's telling me like, "Oh, I'm investing in Litecoin and Ethereum and Bitcoin and all that stuff." I'm like, "Dude, get away from that stuff. Mark of the beast. Like stuff's no good." And then I run into him, and I'm like, "How's that going?" He's like, "Yeah, I actually quit my job, and I do this full time now." And I'm like, "Way to go, man! Good for you.
Good for you.
Good thing you didn't listen to Jay Rich there." So,
yep, that was a good one.
Yeah. So thanks, Chris.
Yep, thanks
for the
Chris.
comment.
Appreciate it.
We got a comment from someone I don't know, but I looked this guy up. So it's Guy Daniels, 1991. He says, enjoyed the podcast. I watched 50 minutes of it. Jay Rich is a great host for Family Feud. That's his comment. This guy has 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how he found us.
Guy Daniels?
Guy Daniels, 1991.
Guy Daniels, if you are out there, please tell us how you found us.
How did you find us, Guy? What is going on?
And I'm with him. Family Feud, you would be amazing on that.
The white Steve Harvey.
The white Steve Harvey.
All right,
you think you could get like a fake mustache?
Yeah, oh yeah. Get a furry mustache. We got another good one for you today. We got the Brown family coming up against the Rodriguez family. And then the music playing. Da, 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 da. Oh, no. Like,
oh, dude, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome.
I would love to do that. That would be fun.
That's your gifting.
Take me back to like the high school pep rally days.
That's you.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. From
someone we do not know.
We don't even know with 11,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Thanks, Guy Daniels.
Doesn't it seem like such a far way off from where we have what? Probably like 3 or 4 subscribers.
Yeah. We're in the single digits. So if you're listening to this, just subscribe real quick. It takes 2 seconds. We'll go ahead and give you an awkward silence while you do that. All right, thank you. All right, we got a comment on Spotify. It says, love it. Is it a requirement to be bald to be on the podcast? This is from someone named Josh Wilcox. This is comment. So this is actually our smuggling 50-degree house passive income buddy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly, no, to answer his question, no, you don't have to be bald.
Yeah, but
it helps.
Yeah, it does help. And we've covered both of our baldnesses. And Josh, when you come to town, we'd love to have you as a guest on here. Just
dude, we could recall some stories.
We've always rolled around the three of us. So that was the original, the OG is me, Josh, and Jeremy always. And
then he kind of made a rule of, unless I'm coming to be a pallbearer or in your wedding. Weddings and funerals.
Otherwise he stays where he is.
He's out.
Yeah, so that's Jeremy's brother-in-law, and it's even an awkward relationship for them, I understand.
Yep. So, I don't get to see him except until I die.
We got another message from Sharichas, which is your mother, on Spotify.
Wait, what is her name?
Sure. It's SHERRAECHAS. Reaches? I don't know. She says, we are listeners, not viewers. LOL. Joke's on you, Sherry, because there's also YouTube where people are viewers. Yes, I agree with you. Maybe
how did my mom find it?
Listeners. I posted it on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So she'll probably appreciate last week's episode with the story about her in the discipline.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I think
she'll probably comment.
Episode 1.
Yeah, she'll probably comment on that. And it's funny at family gatherings because she'll always try to cover herself. And I'm like, Mom, I'm glad you did that to us. Like, we needed that in that moment of our life. We needed to learn that character. And she's always like, trying to backpedal, like, oh, it didn't happen this way. And we're like, Mom, we're eating granola in the rain.
It's all good, Mom.
It's all good.
It's water under the proverbial bridge, So, but then her second part of her comment says, I feel like I'm listening in on a private conversation. And it has like an emoji with the eyes like looking up, like.
I don't understand. Okay, that would be something we could unpack one day. Is emojis.
I know.
Dude, there's so many of them. I'll get them sometimes. I'm like, I don't even know what that thing means. I have no clue. I know what a smiling face means. I know what the laughing face. Anything else?
And I feel like an emoji is only appropriate for like your wife or like
probably
a girl. Like if I was dating someone or something, it'd be like I could use an emoji. Otherwise, I use the thumbs up, and that's pretty much it.
Sometimes I'll do the sunglasses, just kind of like a cool smile.
Yeah, covers your chemical burn face.
That's why I use it. Covers up the face.
But to address the comment, I feel like I'm listening in on a private conversation.
You are.
Yes, that is a podcast.
That is a podcast. Welcome to the world of podcasts.
Yes, it's kind of like radio shows for the older listeners. This is basically a radio show.
So if we just said, hey, this is a radio show, she wouldn't think to leave that type of a comment.
Yeah, that's what we should call it. Radio show. Gather around the radio, turn it on. Winston Churchill.
There's a time. We got to go back. We got to go back in time a little bit for the viewers. But there was a time, this was before you bought the engagement ring with stolen money, and before my mom had gotten remarried, we said, Jay Rich, giddy up. Sharice is on the market.
Yeah, there was a time.
But it wasn't meant to be.
No, not at this. Maybe down the road.
Maybe down the road. You never know.
Yeah, something, God forbid, something happens to Jim. We don't know.
Mysteriously just keels over.
Mysteriously.
No. Okay, so there's a funny photo. Do you remember giving me a gift of a photo of you at my mom's house?
The Christmas?
The Christmas photo.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Eating. You still have that picture?
Still have it. You're eating the toast.
Yeah, as a picture next to
Mariah saw it one time. Was like, what is this?
That's probably before she knew me.
I was like, this is Jay Rich.
Because I didn't really know her until a few years after you guys were married, I feel like.
That was way back. That was before you were married. Before
I know the
Josh was married.
I know the picture was because I was sitting in a rocking chair, eating toast, drinking like a cup of tea, wearing with like your mom's robe or something.
And reading glasses.
Yeah.
Fake reading glasses.
Gave it to friends for Christmas or something.
Still have it.
Yeah. So
Still have
I'm glad you have that.
There's a few things in the memory bank or in the memory box that I won't get rid of. That's one of them. Thanks, I might bury you in it. So when you die, I'll probably ask Josh to slide that in.
Full disclosure, I give permission to put that in my
slide
coffin.
it in there.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever thought about that? I know it's a weird topic for some of us, for some of the viewers. What it would be like to just have like a coffin filled with random things people walk by, like it's like a mint, like please take one.
So like
you're dead.
I'm dead, and my coffin
just has things
like that I've put in there
that you've assigned whoever's alive to put in there, as like Jay Rich's last blessings or last.
Yeah. Okay.
You're just a generous guy, so what would be the generous things you might just have in there for people?
I want to have fun stuff in there.
Like, what do you think would be fun?
Like pictures like that picture of like.
Oh yeah, like
silly.
Please take one.
Yeah, take a funny picture. Take I know one time we filmed a video a long time ago. I filmed a video at your house of play this. I said play this at my funeral, and it was like me saying goodbye to people. Like I was like, "Hi, if you're watching this, I'm dead."
Dude,
do you remember that?
I still have that. I forgot about that.
Unless you have like a real old computer that it's on. There's no way.
Man. Dude, I wish I had that.
Yeah. I want to make it fun, because it's like, here's the reality.
Of life.
I'm in heaven.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
I know it. I know I am. Everything's great. I'm having the best time I've ever existed is there, right? So like, let's have a little fun. You don't got to be so sad all the time.
Dude, what about if it was like during like Josh maybe talking about you as a friend, cuz he'll be there for that.
Of course.
So maybe as he's talking, you could have someone that has like the coffin door just kind of like,
or like
closing,
rig a string and like pull on it so I sit up. And like we like pre-record a message and like my mouth starts moving. That would be funny. Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what would happen. But I'd be up for it. I mean, I would lose it. Yeah. It'd be one last laugh with Jay Rich.
So fun. That would be so much fun. But yeah, I get it. Like death is sad, but I experienced that with my dad of like there was a sad time for sure. But I had legitimate joy.
Yeah.
Because I knew like, hey,
he's in heaven.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's good now.
He would come back if he could.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Well, they would come back. No. Like,
heck no.
Oh, my aunt's, I picked up the phone. The phone was crackling. That means he's trying to talk to me. It's like, dude, no way is he trying to talk to you. No way. He would not come back if he could. No way. So
maybe to crack you upside the head one more time.
Maybe.
Dude, thank you for all of our listeners that are out there.
Yeah.
How many would you guess we have that are consistent listeners? Have you ever thought about that? Because I know you're into the analytics and the numbers.
I'm really not sure. I did want to check something real quick just because I told my sister, we had 4 likes on that one. Wow, guys, thank you. I told my sister that if you want to come on the pod or get a comment read on the podcast, leave a comment on there for us. So I don't know if she did. She didn't. Rascal. But maybe next time she will.
Maybe next time. Okay, so I got a number for you. I want you to try and guess what it is.
Okay.
13,921. And I'm going to add the next clue. That's days.
That's how long that you have eaten carnivore diet.
No. This is too long. Do the math. How many days in a year?
Is that how long we've known each other for?
Nope. Nope. That'd be kind of cool.
I was going to cry.
I don't want you to cry in the pod.
Okay.
13,921 days. So if you do the math on that, let's do that real quick here.
Where's just over 4 years. It's just over 4 years.
Okay, so 13,921 divided by 365 equals 38.1.
That's 38 years?
38 years. Yeah, 38 years.
Is that how old you are?
No. No, keep guessing.
I don't know.
It's kind of mind-boggling. It's going to be similar to this. And that number might be off a day or two, but it won't impact for this story.
So essentially 38 years.
38 years. 38 years. Why is 38 years important? And your next clue is it's something local.
Is that how long Massillon has been the city of champions?
I think it's forever been the city of champions.
That's true. The day it was founded. Champions will come forth from here, is what they said. Something local. Does that have to do with like a restaurant?
Kind of.
Is it Cameo Grill?
Not the Cameo Grill. Another very famous Massillon place.
Look, Jared, you're trying to get me to guess survival stuff early, and you pull out a Ziploc bag full of dryer lint. So either I'm not a good guesser, or you're just a weirdo. So that's where we're at.
Hey, I'm not the one saving this up in my cupboards.
That's true. 38 years, Massillon.
Restaurant. Where do we like to go?
Top of the viaduct.
That's one place. There's one other place we've been to. Best sandwiches you go get.
John George's.
John George's.
That's how long they've been in business?
No, they have not closed since Christmas Day, 1985.
They've been open nonstop.
Every day. They're open at least half a day. Every day.
That is wild.
Learned that recently.
Good for them.
And he said, you know, it might be Christmas Day and you forgot something and you can run out and get a sandwich or get what you need here. We're here for you.
Good for that guy.
Maybe you don't have family. Come and get a double trouble. Dude, can you believe that?
That's awesome.
That's a record. That's got to be a record. I mean, that's got to be a record out there. Especially for like a drive-through like they are.
Yeah.
But just serving the community continuously around the clock. 13,921 days.
That's crazy. Good for them.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
So
I should roll up there on a Christmas sometime.
Yeah. You'll find them there.
That's crazy.
Maybe we get them to sponsor a pod.
That'd be nice. We should talk to them.
Yeah, I bet they
give
would.
Them a free sponsorship.
Free sponsorship. You just give us,
sandwich,
some lunch meat.
Yeah. I usually line up more with the Chick-fil-A model of we're closed on Sundays, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But that's impressive to say that we've been open for 38 years straight.
So here's the question is, if you were to take over ownership, would you continue that? I feel like you'd have to.
I couldn't own that place.
No, I couldn't. Stress you out.
Not only that, but like, I don't want to be selling alcohol and cigarettes and
lottery tickets.
Dude,
I've been in there.
That just disagrees with me.
There is a Massillon moment for me. I was in there recently, and this has happened numerous occasions.
How often do you go in there?
About once every 2 weeks, give or take.
Okay. Go on.
Summertime we'll go in a little bit more. And it's funny, there's this, you go at nighttime, it's a whole different vibe. First of all, it's cool. The news is never playing. It's just, we got an old Western movie on, or we got like a rerun of 2010 NBA Finals game or something like that. And I'm standing there waiting to check out, and this guy that's there, he's always playing Keno and all those different gambling things in the house. He literally just goes behind the cash register. He just goes behind the counter and rings himself out. I kid you not.
He doesn't work there.
Doesn't work there.
Just hits the buttons on the register.
He's seen it so many times because he stands beside him. He just does that. And one of the guys was like, he's like, whatever the guy's name was, like, hey, don't do that. You shouldn't be doing that.
That's it. Dude,
it's unbelievable.
That's epic.
The way that place runs is unbelievable.
Yeah. Check it out.
Like a family. If you've not been there, check out the Elam sandwich, check out the double trouble. Dude, you're not going to get treated better than a place like that. Yeah, they're
nice. I'll take my kids. I've taken the kids there, and we'll get a sandwich and then let them pick, they've just got random Little Debbie snack cakes and candy bars and stuff. And like, pick one thing you want,
Yeah. Dude, when we go behind the counter, we'll always go there for lunch meat a lot of times, and they'll give the kids chocolate. Hey, here you go. Here's a chocolate piece.
Here you go, kids.
Dude, one time, okay, this is a little trick for you guys locally. Go there and buy their little, the things you like to throw down as a kid, the little poppers, the whatever. So the one time I go in there and I'm buying a box because a box is like 25 packs is like $10 or something like that. 50 packs or $10. Actually, your kids were out on July 4th. Got them for the kids. And I think it was the owner or one of the other guys was like, "Hey, if you want to, I got like one more box left." He's like, "I'll give it to you for like $1." I was like, "Yep, I'll take it."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Can't be treated any better.
No. City of Champions, John George.
13,921, baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you ask him? Is that how you found that out?
Yeah, we were just talking with him about it, and it just kind of like it just happened one year. I think it was when his brother was a co-owner, and they shut down that day, and then ever since they just stayed open.
Drive-through convenience store, sandwich place. 38 years in a row. Good for them. Yeah. So, along with the topic of the reviews, because we were on that for a little bit, I had a lady at church come up to me Sunday morning. She's 76 years old.
I was going to say, is she single?
No.
Okay.
No. But she was like, she said, she's in West Virginia, and she said, "Justin, I was listening to your podcast. You've had an interesting life." She said, "I listened to the stories you were telling about all the car accidents you've been in." And I said, "Oh my, remind me to never get in a car with you." And I said, "Well, hang on, it's not all my fault." She goes, "I know." And
that is the best comment ever.
I was just blown away. I was like, "What?" I said, "You're listening to my podcast?" And she was like, "I'm only getting through the one with the orange cat on the highway." She's like, "That's the only one I'm listening to right now, but I'll probably get some time listening to the other ones."
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This coming Monday, I'm going to go to dinner with her and her husband, so it should be a fun time. We're going to go to IHOP, get some dinner.
Oh, yeah.
On a Monday night. It'll be fun.
Dude, that's going to be an experience. I haven't been to IHOP in years.
Me neither.
Dude, IHOP.
I went for a breakfast fundraiser that they had. I think our youth group did a breakfast fundraiser there like a year or two ago. A year ago. Yeah. And I went. It was, they just had like pancake fundraiser. So that's all I had.
Dude, did something crazy happen at IHOP one time that you did? You've done a lot of like things.
I drank a bottle of syrup. Yeah, I drank a bottle of
nonchalant you were. Diabetic, drinking the bottle of syrup.
Sugar-free syrup.
Yeah.
It was sugar-free.
What did it do to your body?
Dude, my goodness. So we were all there, rowdy bunch. I don't know how many people we had there. But so we went there. I don't know if it was like a Wednesday night or a Sunday night or a youth group night or something. Went to this IHOP, and I get sugar-free syrup for my pancakes. Because, and so somehow it comes up that like I should drink this syrup. And so
that was the time of dares.
Yeah, I was doing all kinds of stupid stuff.
I think everybody was always doing stuff.
So I drank this entire bottle, full-size bottle of sugar-free syrup. Felt sick to my stomach. It was so nasty. And then Nick Heflin, wrestling champion of the world, he was like, "Let's run over to Walmart across the way." And so I'm running with a bottle of syrup in my stomach, just like heavy, weighing me down, sloshing around. Thought I was going to puke. I remember I used to wear headbands.
Oh, yeah.
From basketball. I had a pink Under Armour headband on and a FedEx t-shirt that you gave me. I remember because I remember the video. I don't know if you still have that video or not, but
it might be on a
those were the days.
On there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was so long ago. That would have been 2008.
Dude, that's nuts.
That's epic.
Okay, so that's an all-time moment, but you also need to share the Steak and Shake moment.
Oh man,
that's dude, the greatest. Was crazy. Dares.
Yeah. So they had these bottle of peppers, these pepperoncinis. I think they were right on the table at Steak and Shake. They were hot. They just weren't regular. They were pretty hot. And so I got dared to eat the entire bottle and drink all the juice. And so that's what I did. And my mouth was on fire. And so I was like snot and tears running down my face as I'm like drinking this bottle of peppers. So nasty. I don't know why I was doing this. Everyone's cheering. And then the waitress brings over a free chocolate milkshake and a free white bun for me. And just, yeah.
She felt bad.
She felt bad. Yeah, she's like, dude, this kid is going to die.
He's going to die.
And so it was wild.
Dude, that's one of the craziest stares I've seen.
Yeah, that was a dumb thing to do.
I'll never forget my one brother one time. He was always earning money, you know, Jarrett. And we dared him to eat something. He was digging a fire pit in my mom's backyard. He was always out doing crazy stuff. And he uncovered, it looked like a caterpillar worm-like creature. And I think we said, we'll give you $1 if you eat it. Well, $1 to a little kid is a lot of money. Dude, he ate this, and I don't know if it was the bug or, you know him, he's always eating popsicles, always slamming popsicles. It wasn't like a minute later, he's throwing up, and it was rainbow projectile coming out. Dude, it was unreal.
That's nasty. He gets sick easily, I feel like.
He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
that's gross, the bug. I've never done the bugs. I remember I was with your brother Jarrett one time when we were young, and he like caught a lightning bug and put it in an Oreo and ate it. I remember that for some reason. He's like, come on, Jay Rich, do it with me. And I think I did it with him, but I've never done anything else other than that.
Really? That's the only one.
I'm not into the bugs.
Dude, I think the one thing I look back on that I did, and it's like, it's a wonder I didn't pick up something, but I remember I was dared at a football game to eat like a leftover pretzel or something dipped in cheese.
Like it wasn't your pretzel?
It was not mine. It was, and it was just there. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll eat it. Didn't even think twice.
Yeah. Oh, when I was younger, I do crap like that. I ate crazy 10 eggshells for $5 one time. That was nasty. I did not feel good on the way out. That was gross. So, trying to remember. Yeah, other stuff, my dad would challenge us to do stuff. I ate a can of cat food one time. So, some gross stuff.
Dude, you want to hear a crazy story regarding cat food and dog food? So my mom, what's the name on there again?
Sure Reaches.
Okay. She had a hard and fast rule that when we came in for the night, we were in for the night. Like, don't come in unless you plan on coming inside to go to bed. So we knew,
it's almost like she didn't want to see you.
Possibly. That might have been the case. Now, we would be able to eat dinner, but we were not allowed to come inside until we were in for the night. So wintertime, we're like, it's dark at 5 o'clock, 5:30. Sure. No way are we coming in to go to bed.
So we would stay outside in the winter?
We would stay outside because if we came in, it was dinner, bed. That was it.
That's rough.
She was rough. She built some tough dudes.
I guess.
And so we would be out there sled riding, and we had a giant tub we would buy the cheapest of cheap dog food.
Disney's Old Yeller?
I don't even know. Probably cheaper than Aldi's brand. And it was like, it looked like just like giant, just cocoa balls. Dude, we would eat that stuff to stay outside.
No way.
Kid you not. And the dog food wasn't bad. We tried cat food, a little bit rough. The Aldi's hard.
You were eating dry dog food.
Dry dog food to stay outside.
Sounds like you lived in a concentration camp.
Very close. But so we would do that, and that would extend our ability to be able to stay out till, at 8:39, our friends are going home, we're cool to go inside. But that's how we would do it. That's what we would do. We never got smart. We should have honestly stored food outside, especially in the wintertime. We had some granola. Yeah, a little granola. But yeah, that was it. So dude, dog food.
Never been in that situation before.
Yeah.
Our rule was just come in when the street lights come on or when mom's yelling out the back door for dinner.
Do you ever miss those times? Like now, today, it'd be your parents would be texting you. I just remember mom's voice booming across the neighborhood. Just screaming for us.
Yeah, there's just something about it. It's just, the world's changed, man, so much in the last 20 years. Whatever, 25 years probably. Yeah, we just get on our bikes and go. We play baseball. We had a field behind our house. So, yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, they were good.
You really don't have that anymore. I think some of these allotments, you kind of have that like family friendly feel in some of these new housing allotments.
Yeah.
But even still, you're not yelling for your kids. You're texting, like you said.
Yeah.
It's just not the same.
Not the same. It's good to hear moms screaming out their front door.
And then you're like, was that my mom? Hang on. And like, she'd repeat it again.
Oh, yeah.
Or like the next time she'd come out, it's even louder. Or like dad would step out and yell it. That's how it was with us. Oh, damn, Justin! Oh, my God! And like, then you'd be like, oh, it's my dad. I gotta go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you could ask for extended time either.
No.
You knew when that hit.
That was the moment.
That's
like
it.
You had to be home.
We're coming. Yep, you're yelling back.
Yeah. Or you just start riding your bike.
Dude, you ever get outside of earshot? That was bad. We had the few times where we got too far into the neighborhood, didn't hear mom. Yeah, that was bad.
I'm sure we did. Yeah. We stayed relatively close. There was like this church that had a parking lot that we'd go to. I don't know. Yeah, but it was all pretty close, so we stayed nearby.
We got to jump on a segment because I've been dying to share this. So, interesting interactions. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
Do you have any?
Oh man, I didn't think about this. I'm sorry.
Well, you think about it.
Okay.
I'm going to share. So, I talked earlier about the manifesting. You just kind of manifest things into existence.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
I did that.
Positive talk, speech.
It can also happen in negative. And there's some truth to that. You can say, you're going to screw this up, you're going to screw this up. And
you
then
get
when
in
it
your
happens,
own head
you get in your own head.
Yeah.
And what are the chances? They're just greater when you speak negativity. So I'm not into that. But I can remember this was probably a couple months ago. And we were going through the car wash. Shout out to Sergeant Cleans.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And I was like, you know what would be terrible? Is what if your car just died in the car wash? So
You said that?
I said that.
To Mariah?
Yeah, I think we were just talking.
Okay.
Because, you're in there, you get in the initial, it's a nice light rinse. You get in a section that it is a heavy rinse. I mean, it sounds like gunfire coming. And then you get in there again, you got all these lights flashing. And then there's like the dryer where flames are shooting and all this stuff. So I take the kids with me and we're in the truck and we're going through. And it was pretty dirty. So I'm like, I'll go through twice. Second time through, I go to turn the wheel and nothing.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, and there's a conveyor belt. And I'm thinking, do they know that I can't drive? Is it going to be like a pile up in the back of my truck? Like, what's going to happen? And the first thought was me talking about how bad would it be to have your car die in the car wash?
Yeah.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. So, because you go to turn, you can't go straight out. They've got like these orange like barriers. And so I'm like, crap, I don't know what to do. I get on my truck real quick, put my flashers on, tell the guy behind me, I'm like, my truck's not starting. I'm gonna have to push this. And I can't turn it. It's like completely like locked up. So I'm like, Lord, please let this just turn on real quick. So I turn it on, and it was like the engine was hesitating. And I put it in reverse, and I gently tapped the gas just a little bit. And when you have like a delayed response and it's like instant? Dude, it was instant. I squeal the tires and go flying backwards, barely missing this truck behind me.
Oh, my goodness.
Brand new truck.
Yeah.
Like a really nice new truck. Get it out on the road, park it. It was a blessing in disguise. My kids and I were able to go to, it's just the two oldest. We walked over to Tremont, got some coffee, figured out everything with AAA for getting it towed, played some board games. So it was fun on that side. But here's the interesting interaction. So this is probably like last year, we had to have her van towed from the house for something. I forget what it had to do. It was like a sensor, and so we didn't want to like risk driving it. So we had it towed, and I'm like, man, this towing company sounds like the same company that we had with her. I'm like, okay, maybe it is. So this guy shows up, and two things that I made notes of. Number one, he was just talking about my truck, and he wanted to almost diagnose it. And I'm like, well, you're here to tow. But he literally popped the hood. He's asking all these diagnostic questions. I'm like, buddy, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Toyota's a good vehicle, but I don't know what it is. And so he keeps asking these questions. He's like, looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'm like, yeah, I try to keep it in good shape. He's like, hey, let me tell you a little secret. There's a place down the road. You ever heard of Good Oil Spray? Norm Good. Episode 1, baby.
Yeah.
Good Oil Spray got referenced. And I'm like, I took it there this year. He's like, did you? And I said, yep. He's like, I've never been. And I'm like, here he is referencing it, but never been there. And I'm like, hey, you're giving this guy business. Norm appreciates it. Norm's a sponsor.
Yeah, always and forever.
But then the other awkward thing about this guy, and this is only in Massillon.
One second. So he's referencing a place that he's never been.
No.
And so he would just tell people. He's probably told people this a lot. Like, let me give you a secret.
Here's the secret.
Norm's oil spray.
Yeah, but he's never been.
People would be like, oh, what's that? Oh, they spray the bottom of your car with oil. Keeps you from getting rust on it.
He knows all about it.
Check it out. Like, but he's never been.
He's never been. That'd be like, go check out John George's. We've never been.
That's wild. Okay, sorry. What was...
Sorry. So the other thing that was very hard to not pay attention to is he had a double tongue ring.
Yes.
That's all I need to say. And, you know, when you're talking to another dude and you're playing around with the tongue ring.
No, not acceptable.
Not acceptable. Ever. Anywhere.
Yeah, no.
In any time of human history is that acceptable.
No. It's like you went into like a tattoo piercing place and you're like, just double trouble on the tongue here.
Yeah. And the only way I know that is because when you're doing that enough and long enough and have a long enough conversation, I'm like, there's two different colors.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy.
Which I didn't know you could do two.
I didn't know.
So unless it's maybe like an attachment to the one, I have no idea. But dude, it was weird.
Yeah.
That was my interaction with the tow truck guy. So shout out tow truck driver that's never been to Good Oil Spray.
Get on down there. Use the code Trail Whispers and you'll get $10 off your first spray. So head on down. Tell Norm we sent you. Yeah, well.
Do you have any interactions you thought of or no?
No, just a funny story. With my son, we were playing horse in the driveway, and I was smoking him. You know, I'm not good at basketball, but I feel like I have a decent like mid-range shot, and I can get into good rhythms.
Oh yeah,
I can pull into crazy times.
You've had some crazy times.
So, and then other times I'm just terrible. But I was I play them in horse. I was just destroying them. And so Noah was like, all right, my shot, you got to bend over, touch your toes, and then shoot a basket.
No.
And he knows that I'm non-flexible and that I can't reach my toes. And
no way.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, bend down.
Stand up real quick. Do you think it has to do with the...
Okay, I'll let you feel my hamstrings. Feel the hamstrings, okay? So feel my hamstrings in a resting state.
No way.
That's a resting state, okay?
No.
Yeah, that's resting state. So
okay, bend over.
Touching my toes. That's as far as we can get. Feel the back of the calf, too.
Dude, that's like this table.
I know. Hard as a rock, baby. That's as far as I can get. And so
we got to get you tested. We got to get you tested.
Something's wrong with this body. I'm telling you, something's off. But Noah just thought he was a genius. And I was like, no, we're not allowed to play those rules. Like, I let him do one letter, and then I was like, no, you're not winning the whole game.
Just because can't touch rules.
His toes, okay?
Did he say, like, you couldn't bend at the knees? Because you could technically do that.
Yeah, he specifically said you got to keep your legs straight.
Oh, yeah, dude, so I love this kid. He knows how to beat dad.
Yeah, he's manipulating me. But that was all I had. No other funny interactions or anything. So.
Dude, that's unbelievable. I've never felt your hamstrings. Not that I've ever had a need to.
They're
but
so tight.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
If I lay down and you try to push my legs back, you won't be able to. I'm just telling you. Like, it's wild.
You need to ask your doctor friend in your Sunday school class to maybe diagnose what that might be.
Yeah.
We need another diagnosis for next week.
Okay, I'll ask her.
And next week we won't have a video.
Next week,
right? We want a video because I'll be gone. Yeah,
we got to figure that out. We'll figure it out.
So if you don't see us on YouTube, we'll be back on YouTube.
No, we'll still put it on YouTube, but it'll just be an audio on YouTube.
Okay.
So
maybe like a picture of your hamstrings.
Yeah, why not?
Or the ape claw. I think that could be cool.
Yeah. All right. Well,
thank you guys for listening.
Episode 4 in the books.
In the books. We love you guys.
Peace, guys. See ya.